brainstorm to enhance development in the sector. As Speaker, Delta State House of Assembly says passing a bill proscribing hate speech in the state is baseless. Outside Nigeria, Hurricane Irma causes widespread destruction across the Caribbean, reducing buildings to rubble and leaving at least 10 people dead. And on sports news, the defending champions, the Tigers, set to defend FIBA AfroBasket title, parading a new team for Tunisia 2015 title-winning players. Details coming up now. Well, many thanks for staying with us. I am Justin Akadonye. We comment from Abuja this evening. The federal government and other stakeholders in the mining sector have concluded plans to brainstorm on how to further enhance the development of the sector. These came up on the sidelines of the 4th edition of the National Council on Mining and Mineral Resources Development. Minister of State for Mines and Steel Development, Abubakar Bawa Buhari, said recommendations of the Council will assist the ministry to review, strengthen, and initiate robust policies for the mining sector of the nation's economy.
After the ministry's roadmap was approved by the Federal Executive Council in August last year, we determined that only through collaboration, inclusion, and broad-based participation of all stakeholders can we hope to achieve the laudable plans of this administration for this sector.
The theme of the Maiden Council is enhancing mineral resources governance towards economic growth and diversification. Well, from Abuja straight now to Kwara State, where the Senate President Bukola Saraki has advised new ambassadors to Japan and Malaysia, Professor Isagana and Nuruddin Mohammed, to be good representatives of the nation and Kwara State in particular. Saraki stated this in his residence in Ilorin when he received traditional rulers as well as elders from Kwara North who visited him to appreciate the gesture of appointing 2 envoys from the senatorial district, while noting that Japan and Malaysia are 2 major countries that matter in the global world. Saraki stressed the need for the ambassadors to utilize the opportunities to the advantage of the nation, their state, and particularly the youths.
On behalf of all of us, of course, congratulate our proud ambassadors who, of course, as you said, are making history. In a sense, it's not just because, of course, an ambassadorial appointment will come to most of all the states, but it's also where you are going. Having at one time representatives in Japan and Malaysia, these are 2 important countries.
Saraki further stressed that agriculture is the main key to the economic development of the nation, and all the roads that link Kwara North will receive a government attention for agricultural boost.
On the issue of Japan, today, as we all know, is a member of the G7. It's a strong country economically, politically, as a united nation. So of course, anybody who is representing Nigeria there is very, very important, not only to Nigeria, but of course, as a royal father said, I seek that you see your position as ambassadors for our people.
The delegation led by the Eitso of Patigi, Ibrahim Omar, appreciated the Senate President and pledged him their unflinching support. Well, still on the legislature, we'll move on now to Delta State, away from Kwara State, where the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Sharif Oborowori, says passing a bill proscribing hate speech in the state is not an issue since the state is free from it. He made that disclosure while speaking with journalists on the allegation leveled against the leadership of the House and the state government of using hate speeches against the Senator of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Oharisi Omoagege.
Whether there's a bill on hate speech, there's no bill on hate speech, it doesn't affect Delta State. Delta State will guide our quest. If you see any hate speech or anything, it should become, it's not for our party. Our party in Delta State is very, very focused.
He described the allegation against the lawmakers of abandoning their constituencies as baseless.
We used to go to our constituency, even without recess. We go to our constituency, we interact with our constituency, and that's why when they come, we meet and brainstorm. So members they have been going to their constituency not because they are on vacation.
And away from Delta State, straight now to Ondo State and talking health matters, the National Association of Resident Doctors of Federal Medical Center, OWO, has backed the ongoing strike embarked upon by its national body. The chairman of the association, Dr. Ibikunle Fakurede, expressed this during an interview with Galaxy News correspondent Lebby Joseph in Akure. He said the case of FMC OWO is a peculiar one, because the shortfalls in payment of doctors have allegedly been released to the management of the center.
FMC, our own case is peculiar in the sense that one of the demands of NAD, that is a shortfall in salary of members of NAD, has been paid. Our own shortfall has been paid in Federal Medical Center, or to the tune of 280 million naira.
He agreed that the ongoing negotiation between government and national officers of NARD may yield fruitful results, but said resolutions may not be applicable to issues on ground in FMC OWO.
Paid a full salary due to what our management called shortfall, and ever since that the money was released to our management, we have been on him to release, to pay the money to us, but we are up to now, what our managers have been telling us is that the money is not for us.
All efforts made to speak with members of the management of FMC OWO were not successful. You're still watching the news coming to you from Galaxy Television. Still ahead when we return, Governor Simon Lalong denies delay in Plateau local government polls. Details in a moment. To join us again. Has denied delaying the conduct of local government polls in the state. Lalong sacked elected local council officials shortly after assuming office in 2015 and had replaced them with his appointees since then. The governor, who spoke while signing the state LG laws, said he has been waiting the readiness of the state law that would guide the conduct of LG polls and administration in the state.
So if we go ahead to continue to implement and conduct the same elections, we are looking for a space where a governor will sit down after the tribunal judgment and a governor will say, I will not implement. That is not my character. My character is to put in good laws. Put the good laws, we amend all the flaws, we conduct elections. When we conduct elections, you know I have respect for judiciary. When the tribunal gives judgment, we swear in the chairman.
The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Plateau State, Jonathan Mayua, said that new local government laws were signed by the state governor and has repealed all previous laws of the Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission.
And Your Excellency, when you assumed office as the governor of Plateau State as a lawyer, there were so many conflicts in the laws governing elections on the plateau, and the need to revisit, the laws pertaining to elections in the state became very, very, pertinent.
He also said that State Independent Electoral Commission (PLASIEC) is the only authority saddled with the powers to decide when to conduct LG polls in the state. Moving on down south. Operatives of the Bayelsa State Police Command have evacuated the corpses of two middle-aged men suspected to be cultists at Opolo and Yenizwe Gene community in Yenagua local government area of the state. The corpses, which attracted residents who came out in their numbers while trying to identify the dead bodies, led to the timely arrival of the police patrol team. The discovery comes barely a week after a police officer was killed in an ambush at Kolotu community. The Bayelsa State Police Public Relations Officer Asene Botswat speaks more on the evacuation.
A distress call that a corpse was found lying at Opolo by a popular beer parlor. On getting to the scene, we discovered the victim is male, a young adult of about 30 to 35 years old, of average height, say about 5 feet tall.
On the security challenges in the state, the police spokesperson identified cultism as the biggest challenge confronting policing in the state.
It is peaceful, relatively peaceful, and the only area which we are confronting at the moment is cult-related activities.
Still talking police matters, we'll move on next now to Ondo State, where the State Police Command has paraded 3 suspects in Ondo Town for the murder of 2 female students of the Adeyemi College of Education for ritual purposes. The Ondo State Commissioner of Police, Benga Adeyonju, while briefing newsmen, said the arrest is an indication that the command will not allow any form of criminality during the last quarter of the year and beyond.
Of one Akiumi at the gate of the College of Education in Ondo. SAS operatives led by an inspector here was dispatched to Ondo, and the following suspects were arrested. 4 of them, Isiaka, the names are there, you will see them when I go to the ground. A search warrant was executed at their residence, where a cut-to-side single-barrel gun was recovered.
One of the suspects, a 20-year-old John Adenitire, confirmed his involvement in the suspected murder, explaining that he was promised financial benefits.
We're going to saw one guy, the guy coming in front. We are good at this coming out front. They call the guy. They can't take the guy inside the bush. They can't tell me, say me at the wash if anybody is coming. I can't stay there. Within 5 minutes. They get out because maybe they go to the palace house.
And now, in another development, the Anambra State Police Command has apprehended 4 armed robbery suspects, 22 cultists, 5 kidnappers, and 2 others for unlawful possession of firearms. The gang was caught with 336 rounds of live ammunition, 3 empty AK-47 rifle magazines, 1 locally made double-barrel pistol were also found with identity cards and clothes of the independent people of Biafra. While parading the suspect, the Commissioner of Police, Garba Omar, said the command has a zero tolerance for criminality and will do everything within its ability to get rid of all perpetrators of crime.
The said suspect, Kenneth Chinesi, led the team of police operatives from the command to their trainers' hideout, where he was apprehended.
Speaking on the 22 paraded cultists, CP Garba said they were caught in the Newe axis of Anambra State, where they were having their initiation exercise.
One Ibeje Inamdi, a 26-year-old is a deserter from 20 Mechanized Battalion in Taraba State.
One of the suspects who spoke to newsmen confessed to the crime. And away from all of that,